This Thursday I had the pleasure of attending a South by Southwest screening at the Alamo Drafthouse Slaughter Lane location. The film was Vamp U. It is an independently produced film. It was co-written and co-directed by Matt Johnson and Maclain Nelson. It is a horror comedy film. It keeps a very great pace, very well-written dialogue. Some of it does come a bit left field, but it is extremely very humorous. Writing itself is extremely well. It flows just like regular conversation. It is a bit quirky and off, but then again, most people do have very distinct ways of speaking, so it does flow in the formulated way that you would expect to see a regular film. The film did win Best Horror Film at the Hollywood Independent Reel Film Festival. They also did win at the Los Angeles Comedy Film Festival and also made an appearance at the Chicago Film Festival. The film was partially part of a Kickstarter project. This was only done to assist with the post-production costs. Everything had already been filmed, completed, so they did have a professional trailer to show when asking for assistance. They also had produced a promotional Kickstarter video to also get the word around on the project. So they were able to raise roughly $15,102 within 1 month with 149 backers. I think that is actually just amazing considering the fact that the Facebook page had only been started a few months prior to the Kickstarter. So word definitely got around about that. People obviously had faith in it, and it definitely paid off. The poster itself may be slightly misleading as the fact that you see a very endowed woman on the cover. This is not an American Pie type movie. They pretty much keep it clean, which I appreciate. Comedy as far as college humor is just very crude, and it's pretty much just boils down to absolute filth. Obviously, this is not the audience range that they were going for, which, once again, I do appreciate. So if that's pretty much the type of film that you're looking for, or assuming this is when you do go into watching this, then you're better off just taking your pervert self somewhere else. The film originally did have a different title, which was Dr. Limptooth. Maybe it was a good choice changing the title. I prefer Vamp U as opposed to the Doctor title. It's definitely does seem a lot raunchy if you're making reference to flaccidity, so I think the name change was a really great option. Vamp U does feature several upcoming actors. Adam Johnson, who plays the lead as the vampire Wayne Gretzky, has previously appeared in the 2010 thriller Frozen. He's also going to be appearing in the upcoming Dragon Hunters film. Alexis Knapp also makes an appearance. She's obviously known for Project X. We also have Janie Gonzalo, who is currently appearing in the remake of Dallas, and she's also been in Dodgeball. We also have veteran actor Gary Cole. He's very well known, and obviously one of his more memorable roles was in Office Space. The film centers around a vampire history teacher named Wayne Gretzky. He's basically lost the ability to grow out his fangs as a result of accidentally killing Mary, the love of his life. So he is what would be referred to as impotent. So apparently his teeth are just not in for the action. So years later, he does run across a young lady who is a very exact match of Mary. This woman is named Chris. They do start a relationship. She has returned his ability to grow out his teeth, and he accidentally attacks her, turns her into a vampire. This also does tie in with a somewhat of a triangle going on with Fred and Chris, as he's an old childhood friend of hers, but he also suffers from unrequited love. So he's obviously a bit hostile towards Wayne, but does join in with his best friend Tom to assist with stopping Chris from turning the rest of the school into vampires. There are definitely a lot of comedic moments as far as their training sequences. One of the scenes in which they're stealing lamps from a tanning salon to set up a device to kill vampires was very hilarious. Assaulting a woman who tries to stop them, that in itself was actually a very funny scene. It may be considered slightly uncalled for, but I think part of the humor for me was the look that the two actors gave each other right before she was assaulted, because in my mind I thought to myself, they look like they're falling in love, and then bam. And she just has this sort of bewildered, confused look on her face, and it's priceless. You definitely have to see it. There's also a running gag throughout the film with Wayne Gretzky just accidentally breaking his guitar. You know it's coming, and you're left wondering to yourself, how's it going to happen this time? It never becomes tired or repetitive. It's always done in a slightly unexpected or fresh way, even though you know it's going to happen. It always manages to keep that comedic delivery, so that's also just part of the fun of the film. The film also does feature just very silly, nonsensical scenes in which they trick vampires into looking over the side of buildings. Obviously, it sets them up for a trap. We also have a scene in which a vampire gets smashed by a mattress, which was absolutely hilarious. And I'm not really going to go into too much detail on that. I thought it was one of the best parts. The film is available for digital rent, download, as well as on DVD. It became available February 12th. The film itself premiered on the 7th. So it was a fairly quick release. It is doing fairly well. But I'm definitely not wanting to give too much information away about the film. I obviously really enjoyed it, especially because I have a very strange sense of humor, so it's very difficult for a movie to actually make me laugh, especially laugh throughout the entire film. And this definitely had me doing that. I've watched films like The 5-Year Engagement and probably only laughed twice. This one, like I said, I was laughing the entire time, and quite loudly. So yeah, the people near me probably heard me cackling every 5 seconds, so I definitely really enjoyed this one. So that being said, I definitely really want to encourage everyone to go out and watch this movie. You will definitely not regret it. It is a film to be experienced. It's very awesome. So in saying that, I also want to encourage people into watching the film by holding a contest. I was not asked to do this. I have provided 3 films with my own funds, so I will be choosing 3 winners by random drawing. This is for subscribers only, so standard rules: you have to be subscribed, video response as the contest entry, and I do ask that you please, somewhere within your video, mention my channel name as well as the name of the film, and rephrase the questions and answers. So my first question is going to be, what is your favorite vampire film? And please share your favorite scene from that film. And my second question is, who is your favorite vampire character, actor, and why? An example is Max Shrek. So pretty straightforward questions. I'm not asking for much. The contest will run about a month. So officially, I will begin the contest on Monday the 18th. You can go ahead and start turning in your submissions. I will accept early entries, so I'm not going to be too strict about that. I am, however, going to be strict about the end date of the contest, and that is going to be roughly about a month from now. So the last day to submit your entries is going to be April 8th at midnight Central Standard Time. So I hope to take a look at your entries. Definitely looking forward to learning about maybe a bunch of different vampire films I've never heard of before. And I will talk to you later.